space.
Like, what is other people supposed to, like, I don't get it.
I'm not creating this space or this live to have a debate. I'm creating this space so we can see, because maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you're missing something. The perspective of our collective consciousness is being challenged. We've been at a collective state for a long time dealing with America, dealing with this planet. And it's going to take the people who think differently to change it. If you are thinking the same way that everybody else in this entire world is thinking, how are you expecting yourself and your life and the world to change when you are restricting your mind to minimal societary ideologies?
It's not about restricting. I'm not restricting my mind.
But this is what I'm saying.
I'm said
you're not restricting it.
No.
Okay, so you said that you have to. Nobody wants to pay for water.
Nope.
Nobody wants to pay for food. Nobody wants to pay to live. But this is the planet that we're on right now. This is what we all chose in time to come to. We didn't necessarily know what logically was happening down here, but we knew energetically what was happening before we came down here. We chose our families. We chose the current time that we were going to land here. But then you're saying nobody wants to do things. But I feel like you are in direct control of your life. If you feel out of control in your life, that is a program that is ran down here to get you out of alignment with yourself as a creator.
I mean, that's your ideology on it, though. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think, me personally, like, you said we chose everything, how it was going to play out and shit like that.
I didn't say logically. We didn't know all of the details, but we knew the energy of it.
I think we create our own reality. We create our own discernment. We use our own discernment and shit like that. Like, I can do what I want. Like, you feel me? Like, this is what it is.
Oh, now you can do what you want.
To a certain degree. To a certain degree.
You're still
to a certain degree.
To a certain degree. To a certain degree. How is it? How is that? Because how you gonna be 1 foot in the 3D realm, but you gonna be another foot in the 5th dimension? You can't be in both places.
You have to realize this: how the matrix. I don't feel like you really know how the matrix works. See, the matrix works. I can do what I want to a certain degree. There's restrictions though. Like, I can't say, fuck this, I ain't paying this. This is my house. I'm not paying for this shit. Or I'm not paying for this water. I'm about to just grab all this water before you talking about and I'm leaving. Like,
that's
I want to do
entitlement.
that.
That's entitlement.
How?
Because
I want to do that, though.
If you think that you're going to come into somebody else's contract.
But this is my contract. This is my, I do what I want, though. You know
this is your life and you do what you want. But if you're involving yourself in a contract with somebody else, say for instance you move into a house and you sign a lease, you put your signature and you knowingly sign yourself into paying this certain amount every single month. And then the same thing with the car note, with insurance, with just the regular stuff that everybody deals with in America and on this planet.
For sure.
You sign yourself into that contract and then you want to have the ideology of F this contract I just signed and what I just put myself into, and I'm just not going to pay anything because it's my birthright.
Who signed the
You're
contract? Forcing
his physical dimension to change for you when you're not internally changing the dimension.
And then who signed the contract? I ain't getting. Are you saying I ain't signing no motherfucking contract? What I'm saying is this: I don't think paying for water, we don't even be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody want to pay for no damn fruit, water. You know what I'm saying? You don't have. I know this place you don't have to pay for that shit too, though. You know what I mean? But we still continue to do it. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, own that house. You don't own anything. You got to pay property tax. You don't want to pay for shit that you so-called own because you don't own that house, right? So at the end of the day,
and you know you don't own the house.
Exactly. So you doing shit that you don't want to do.
This is what I'm talking about. You just said. We do what we want.
To a certain degree.
This is our.
To a certain
you are a creator.
To a certain degree.
Do you know the power of that? Do you know the power of you calling yourself a creator?
We do what we want to a certain degree.
Then you're putting 1 foot in your eternal spiritual being and 1 foot out into the physical 3D realm. You have to be in full alignment of who you are.
I don't know
if you're going to be a creator, be a creator. You can't say or speak that limitation over your life. This is literally how I hold my frequency.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. I gotta ask you. Let me ask you this. Do you want to pay for water?
Do I want to pay for water?
Do you want to pay for fruit, water, and in this box of a home? Do you want to pay for these things? Like, do you want to pay for that?
I'm here in a time where I have to.
Want to pay for fruits?
Yes, I want to pay for it.
You want to pay for fruits?
Yes.
You want to pay for fruits, water, all that shit, huh? You
yes.
love paying for it.
I'm paying. I'm here.
Like
I'm on Earth. What do you mean? Like,
you like to do it though.
This is how it's always been. We're going to evolve out of that, and the way we do that is not through trying to change it physically, but change it spiritually.
You didn't answer my
then
question.
it starts to change. Then reality starts to shift where we are in a collective consciousness where we don't have to pay for survival. Where it doesn't have to, where that's a human right. But right now, the only way we can fix that is not by trying to storm and create havoc amongst this world.
Look, what I'm saying is this. At the end of the day, I'm standing 10 toes. You feel me? Shit gonna get done regardless. You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this. You said what?
Somebody said, we are all capable of governing our own food source, but we choose to do what it is expected from the rules. We choose. It's a choice. You are that powerful. You are choosing to do something. So when you choose to do something and you complain about it and you're not actually doing the necessary, this is what I'm talking. No. I'm not saying that you're complaining about it, but I'm talking about people who are in society, in our community, who are talking about we shouldn't have to pay for water. We shouldn't have to pay for this, when there are places and ways you don't have to. Okay. But you're not doing the work to do it. You just want to complain and create this energy of havoc and make everybody feel like they're in a hellish state when you are the person who is in control of your life. You are complaining about the space that you're in. You can create whatever space you want to because you're a creator. If you want to not pay for water, there are springs, there are places and ways you can get free water. You don't have to live in their matrix. That is the whole thing of escaping it. It's not a physical thing like you just you change internally and things around your life start to change. So are you in control of your life? Yes or no? Because it can't be middle, it can't be kind of, it can't be none of that. It's yes or no. Because your higher self, you landed here. You put yourself in this current time where we are having to pay to live and pay to water. And you knew what you was getting yourself into. You knew the energy, but you didn't know exactly the details, but you knew the energy of what you were going to be going through. And the whole thing of being a creator is about being around in this environment and being unshakable. Being able to pull things from thin air. If you know, like, say for all of us, all of our ancestors, the people who are on this planet right now doing what they need to do, they're doing it and still existing. They're paying their rent every single month. They're doing, and some people are in a state of survival and just in struggle. But you gotta look at, but no, I'm not done. But you gotta look at how much adversity and energy you have worked through. Being on this planet, surviving from day one, you coming out the womb. Maneuvering through all of that energy. You're still here to this day, surviving, existing. You're doing it.
Let me get my point. Let me know when you're done, though. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Okay. That was good points, though, for sure. At the end of the day, like I said, like, people generally don't. You don't have to. You say you don't have to pay for fruit. You don't have to pay for water, right? And that's true. But to a certain degree, you still have to apply by what the Matrix, has according to society. Like,
you have to abide by what the Matrix has.
To a certain degree, like, you, even if you so-called get that, like, you go to a forest or shit, get that farm, get your land and shit like that, you still have to pay for that area. Because they can come over there and be like, yo, let me get that money, let me get this property. You don't own this property. We still need that money and shit like that. So at the end of the day, you still really don't, what do you really own? Like, what do you own for sure? Besides your soul and, like, you know what I'm saying, your energy, your soul, you don't own shit else.
People
don't want to acknowledge that.
Why are you creating that reality? Why are you creating that reality?
I mean, it's just the way. Until somebody proves me otherwise, when they don't pay, then
somebody proves you. No. That's the thing that's happening in our in our community. Yeah. Somebody has to prove something. Somebody has to prove. No, you prove to yourself.
Oh,
I was just saying that.
No, I can do that. Right? If I go get this land and I don't pay, I'm gonna do that.
You know what contract you're getting yourself into.
See,
well,
but
why you?
But it's like I don't want to go by that contract though. You feel what I'm saying?
Then,
I didn't sign that contract. I don't really care about that contract. You feel me? So what I'm just saying is this: at the end of the day, you still have to do things you don't want to do. That's all I'm saying. People don't want to acknowledge it. People don't want to
You still have to do things that you don't want to do.
People don't want to acknowledge that.
People
do not want to acknowledge that.
Okay. Let's just go over that sentence.
Yeah.
Because you just said that you are in control of your life.
To a certain degree.
To a certain degree. You cannot. I said yes or no.
Yeah.
That is the only thing your brain. Is hearing. Your subconscious, if you tell yourself you ugly and you joking about that, your brain, your subconscious doesn't know that. Your subconscious is going to take that in for what it is. It's not about, it's not about in between. Oh, I was just joking. Your brain doesn't think like that. What you tell yourself in your body is listening to you. If you put your hand on your chest, you can feel the vibration of your spoken word through your body.
1,000%.
Exactly. So what you're saying, you said, repeat it again. I just want to make sure.
I said to a certain, you don't own, like you said, live your own life, do what you want to do. You can't do what you want to do fully. Like you only can do it to a certain degree.
You can't do what you want to do fully. All right. But you in control of your life.
I say to a certain degree.
To a certain degree.
To a certain extent, yeah.
How does that energetically translate in your life? How are you supposed to squeeze and alchemize the energy around you if that is how you are casting your spells?
Because I just told you.
That's not a
I just said it.
That is not.
I just said
that is not how you as a creator create. You cannot create something and say, maybe this might work. Or this may not work. You have to be fully invested energetically of where you are and where you stand in the energy that you're interacting with.
But also not be in denial about it though.
It's not in denial.
Like you can't be in denial about what the fuck really going on. Like at the end of the day, like you don't, like I said, people don't want to pay for water, fruits, housing and shit like that, but you still gonna pay for it. People don't want to pay for all these things, but you still gonna pay for it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like
it don't matter what people.
Control of your life, and if you don't want to do that, then don't do it, and let's see what the consequences is. So you're gonna end up keep doing it because you know the Matrix. That's what the Matrix has. Okay. You gotta do that.
Okay. So there we go. Let me. While I'm on my train of thought with that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, you had said that you basically have to do stuff that you don't want to do in order to get to where you want to be. But if you're doing something that you don't want to do and you're trying to get to somewhere that you want to be, do you see how that's not alchemizing energetically?
But when you say get to somewhere we want to be, like where?
Huh?
You say get to somewhere where you want to be, like where?
Because you're saying that people are doing something that people are living lives that they don't want to live.
Right.
But if they didn't want to live it truly, internally, they wouldn't be living it.
Well, then
because you choose to do everything that you know inside of your being, and what you know since you came to this planet is that you have free will to choose, and you're saying that you don't.
You can.
You're basically saying you don't have free will. You are ignoring the power that you are as a creator.
I'm gonna say this. You don't have to do none of this shit. But let's say you don't do none of that. Guess where you're gonna be at? You can definitely go. Motherfuckers can go on that side of the street all day and have free will and just be there on the side of the road, holding up a sign for real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what they choose. That's what you want to do.
You can do that. So to a certain degree, you can do what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, you just don't want to have you don't want to travel, you don't want to do none of this shit. Like, go do that. But if you want to travel this world, travel this planet and shit like that, if you want to have this money and shit, this abundance, if you want to live, you know what I'm saying, have a phone, a nice shit like that, you're gonna have to do shit that the Matrix tells you to do. But we're gonna continue to do it because that's what the Matrix is. But nobody genuinely wants to do that. Like people don't.
People are not living the lives that they don't want to live.
You can create free will. You can go do. I can say fuck this. I'm about to go on the side of the street right now.
That's not how you. No.
Because I want to live a better life.
Go ahead.
I want my shit. I want my house. I want my nice house and shit like that, which I'm gonna have and I already have and shit like that. So we do have free will. We can do what we want. You're right. But when I say to a certain degree, it all depends on what type of lifestyle you want to live. So, yeah, you're right.
It all depends on the type of lifestyle you want to live. So if you want to be Neo in the Matrix, how does Neo operate in the Matrix? He don't have no limitations. He knows he's in the Matrix. He knows that he's in this Matrix. This setup, how this world is set up, how all of these rules and all of this stuff is set up. He knows where he is, but he is a master of it. So he has no limitations on what his life can be and what he can do and what he can't do. That is what we are. That is what we are here to do. Because if we can show everybody, you don't have to be an NPC. You don't have to live a life that you don't want to live.
You don't have to be an NPC.
That was the whole point of the movie. So for you to say that people are living lives that they don't want to live, let me explain it to you like this. I'm very logical. Yes, you're very logical. You're in your masculine brain, and I understand that. I'm in my feminine brain. So us trying to connect and come together with that, being the yin and the yang, and understanding the balance of being in this world, on this planet right now, that is what we're doing right now. We are just trying to harmonize the masculine energy and the feminine energy of the brain. But we both have that inside of us, the masculine and the feminine.
Facts.
So for people to say that people are living lives that they don't want to live and they're doing things that they don't want to do. I'm going to address it like this. I'm a firm believer that you choose this life. You choose the life that you want to live. You chose your family. You chose this point in time where you were going to come and land. You chose the healing, the ways of healing that you decide to do in this lifetime. You chose that because I know. How do I know? Because I live in a mindset of as above, so below. So if I have free will down here, I have free will up there, outside of my body, wherever I was before, and how I chose to be in this state. That is how I can process and understand it. Right? So as you come here and you know the energy of what you're choosing to feel and fix. You know the parenting and the bloodline that you're about to jump into and the problems with that. You knew the stuff that you were going to face energetically. But you didn't know the necessary details. So when you get here and you know, and you look around and you're observing this planet and you're like, oh, okay, so we got to pay for land. We got to pay.
You have to. But go ahead. I'm just saying. I just wanted to catch you on that.
That's the program. Okay.
Go ahead.
That's the program. They programmed it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
this is all a collective person who made a delusion inside of their mind and got big enough to manipulate other people to believe in this delusion. Okay. And this is where we are. We're in a delusional ass world. But let me tell you something. Delusion gets you a lot of places.
Man.
It gets you a lot of places. So now,
I think as a society, we need to stop being so in denial. But go ahead.
Delusion is the way to go. That's how you get out of it, because you know if you're in a space where you are not energetically aligned with it, how else are you supposed to get out of it? Because people around you who are in that alignment, they're gonna think you're crazy. They're gonna think you're delusional. What is wrong with you? Why are you thinking like that? You have to be looking like you're delusional. You have to believe in yourself so hard that nothing is shakeable around you. But let me finish what I was saying, right? Because you said that we are doing stuff that we don't want to do.
Oh, every day.
Okay, so we know, you know that you know that we have a higher self and a lower self, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so your higher self, this is what I feel, okay? Not taking away from where your mind is.
Yeah.
You knew the things that you wanted to learn coming down to this planet. You were strong enough to come down here and do it. You made a choice to come down here because you felt you were strong enough to get through this healing. So now that you're here, and now that you're on a planet where you have to pay to survive, pay to live, pay to exist, pay to drink water, that is just how this program is set up down here. And as you observing it, and now that you've grown up in it, and as a child observing your parents doing it, and everybody around this planet doing it, now you're learning how to alchemize the energy of where you are and what planet you're on, and how to program yourself to be stable, to be find happiness in it and find healing in it. I'm not done talking.
Go ahead.
When I'm just saying, I'm trying to get to my point.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to get to my point. I'm trying to get to my point.
But not right. But go ahead.
I can be loud but not right.
Yeah, because you
still take it in before you start trying to think about and block everything that I'm saying. Because you're trying to come up with a person. No. You saying things. I'm addressing every single thing that comes to you.
Okay. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
When you're talking to somebody and they're already trying to think of a response while somebody is talking.
I just wanted to add it on to something, but go ahead. I just want to lose my train of thought.
While somebody is talking and you're already thinking of a response, that is you not listening and feeling.
Go ahead, baby. Talk.
Don't rub my arm.
Hey, you just look good when you talking. But now, for real shit, go ahead, man. Go for it.
Okay. So now, as I was talking about how you are on this planet and you are observing the energies around your environment, you're observing people who are creating the stability that they need and also working through their own internal healing. As you get into adulthood and you've been observing your whole life, observing the program and how people are able to survive in it. You start doing it yourself. You start paying for toothpaste, washing your body. You start paying for clothes, and then it starts to go to getting you a house and paying for your cars and doing all of that. You've observed people your whole life who have been working through this program, right? In these times, you still chose to work through that. You still chose to get you a house. You still chose to get you a car, and you say that you don't want to do it.
No, I do. No, I said
some people are living. You said people are living lives that they don't want to live. People are doing things that they don't want to do.
Right.
We know what planet we on. We know the circumstances of where we are. We know the circumstances of how this place is programmed, but we're still working through it.
Yeah, I mean,
because you can't jump over it. You got to work through it.
Right,
that's not how healing. Exactly. Yeah, that's how healing works.
Yeah.
You're trying to if you want to avoid just going through mastering this planet, you can try that. You can try to avoid being a master of. Oh, I'm trying to figure out why I'm sweating. It's 110 degrees outside. This door is open. Child. I was saying that you working through this place and this planet through this entire time. Everything is a choice. From what you observed as a child and what you are choosing to do on this planet when you came here. Right? So, you being here and the places where you are, like you create the reality. Your higher self is an energetic form. Your higher self is seeing it from the energy standpoint. We know what we came here to do. All right, we came here to heal a selective thought process. We came to heal heal insecurities, heal racism inside of ourselves. Like, this is what we came to heal. Some people come here to heal certain things. It's just how you translate the energy. It's still energy, right? The way you do that is through coming here and creating this and being in this physical reality. So as you're going through your life and you are creating spaces where you can heal certain parts of yourself and you want to complain and say, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, you're right where you're supposed to be, because if you weren't supposed to be there, you wouldn't be there. You wouldn't be in this space. You would not be in a space.
I think. Hold on, I'm gonna cut you off. I think we need to change the word about complaining. Nobody's complaining. It's not a complaint. It's just speaking how it is. It's speaking from a realistic standpoint.
That's not how it has to be, though.
No, but I'm just saying. I just want to be clear on complaining. That's a big deep word. Nobody's complaining should be thrown out the picture quickly. You feel what I'm saying? Complain is not the word. It's just speaking on it's speaking on what's going on. That's what I'm saying. You feel me? So complain is not the word.
Okay. So in that perspective, it's like everybody has their own lens. Mm-hmm. That's what cameras look like. Cameras they look like eyes, right? Mm-hmm. So you can put on different lenses of how you see the world and how your perspective is about the world.
Okay.
So somebody I always use this example. A bee could be coming down the sidewalk or something by a bush when two people are walking.
Okay.
One person is looking at this bee as a spiritual symbol, or like, oh, Mother Earth is talking to me. This beautiful bee. Like, they're happy to see the bee. Right. Another person is automatically, when they see it, when their lens is in tune with that, they get scared and frantic and want to fight or kill the bee.
Right.
So now that I have shown you and told you about perspective and how people are seeing this world and how you choose to see the world, looking at all of this chaos, or whatever people want to call what's happening in the government, what's happening with how we're paying to survive, what's happening with all of the things that we're dealing with, that people could look at it as a perspective of, this is a terrible, hellish place. But we know that heaven and hell is a state of mind. You can experience heaven and hell on this planet. Mm-hmm. So if you know that everything is all about perspective, and you're speaking about life saying, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing things I don't want to do. I'm living in a hellish planet. This is a prison planet. That is you putting on the lens of the program perspective that everybody is. This is the reason why the vibration is like this.
I'm saying, like,
because
but I want to be clear, like, you saying, like, who's saying that? Though?
I'm not directing it at you.
I just want to be clear on that, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you saying you, like, and you looking at me and shit, so.
Because I'm talking.
I know.
Look in my eyes.
But they, you know what I'm saying? I don't need motherfuckers thinking some shit like that. They just complaining and shit like this. They always, like, you know what I'm saying? We need to be clear on that. We're talking about everybody in the world, right? For sure. I don't want to be clear on that, but continue.
I look you in your eyes because I want you to see the window of my soul.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so I'm looking at you.
I know, but I just wanted to be clear on, like, you know, you're not. I know you're not directing.
That's how I started this conversation. I said we're not directingly. I wouldn't go live and just sit over here and try to use my live or to indirectly throw shots at you. That's not the type of person I am.
They wouldn't be accurate like that.
It doesn't matter.
But nah, facts.
Okay. So as I was saying,
but let me,
the lens.
When you done, I want to get my point across.
I'm talking.
Go ahead, but I can't talk shit. I want to.
You have been talking. When I stop talking, that is when you go.
Go ahead.
Okay. So as I'm speaking and I'm looking at you, mm-hmm. I hope you can look at them. I'm a mirror right now. You're my mirror. You're looking at me and I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
I hope you can see the lens that I have on. Okay? So, as I was saying, people's perspective is what's going on inside of their head and how they see the world. That is how the world is. That is how the world has been created. That is how the Matrix was created. It came from somebody's delusion, somebody's lens. And because people agreed upon the same lens, that is how we're seeing what we're seeing right now. That is why we're living in this house. That's why we're living in a world where we have to pay for water, because that is the perspective and the mindset of somebody.
Oh, not just water.
Okay.
You pay
well, look, as I was talking about, somebody could look at a bee and look at it as a beautiful part of nature, and somebody else could look at it as, this thing is about to kill me. I need to be scared, and I need to kill this bee. Mm. It's the same way of how you're maneuvering and operating through your life. If you're looking at all of the experiences and where you are currently right now as this is just the product of me being on a prison planet, and this is the product of me just being stuck here, and I'm on a planet where I can't do what I want to do. If you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't be here at this current time. You could have been on a time where you could have came to this planet in a time where it was vibrationally infinitely high. You could have been there, and you are there. You are there, but you got to pay attention to right now and master right now. If you are in a space, and this is for people, this is for anybody who's here right now and in a space to where they feel like they're not where they're supposed to be. Like I said, your higher self is guiding you always. You came here on a journey, on a path. Your journey down here is amazing and it's beautiful. It's healing. That is what it is.
It's beautiful.
And your internal journey with yourself is creating the outer world. So if you are where you are right now and it doesn't look the way society has programmed you to look at life at a certain age, you cannot live in that perspective and expect your life to change, expect growth from yourself if you're putting yourself in a limited state of mind to where you are on a prison planet.
I'm not limiting my mind. It's more so not being in denial about what the fuck going on.
The
majority of the world, like I said, and again, like majority of the world is just, they're in denial. They're, you know what I'm saying? Like my concept is this. You know, it's what you make it for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? This world could be, it's a heavenly place. Like, you can make it, it's a happy place. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have to be depressed. We know what the fuck going on. But what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you're doing something that you don't want to do. Even if you're doing something that you want, like you love doing and enjoy doing, you can do that. But it's still,
why would you create it?
Hold on, because I'm talking, right? You know what I'm saying? You see? But look, it goes back to this. You're still doing something that you don't want to do because, like I said, people pay for their existence. They pay for everything. They pay for anything down to their teeth. Don't make one single payment on your life right now. Let's see what happens. I just want to see what happens. I know if they make a post right now saying everybody stay in the house, the quarantine is locked down. You feel what I'm saying? Motherfuckers can go outside or go outside or go to jail. So you can choose what the hell you want to do, correct? But there's limitations here because you have to abide by the matrix. Or there are going to be consequences. And that's the sad reality that people don't want to admit. You feel me? So don't pay for food, don't pay for water, don't pay for clothes, don't pay for your passport, don't pay for the computer, don't pay for this, don't pay for that. And let's just see where you end up. That's all I'm saying. But it can be a beautiful place because you know what? I love making my videos. I love doing this. So money don't even, it's going to get paid. You can have that. Yeah, it's perfect. You love what you're doing. And that's great. Money is coming like it's nothing. You feel me? By the end of the day, you're still paying for all these things that you don't really want to pay for. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, though. You feel me? But yeah, I'm done. People can, if they like it or not. You feel me? That's the sad truth about it. don't.
Somebody said we have a beautiful relationship.
We do have a beautiful relationship. See, that's what I'm saying. She challenges my mind. You know, we had these conversations. We do have a beautiful relationship.
Somebody said, I get what he's saying. Mission to complete the mission. Okay, so I understand that lens. But do you want to live? But do you?
I'm not saying it's
why choose to be in that lens though? Because I just said life is all about perspective.
It is.
So why choose to be in that lens?
Your perspective can be happy about it though. You can be like, you know what? Okay, this is cool. This is what I got to do. It's cool. Like money is coming in like nothing. I don't even care about my money. Money's not real. They print it, so it's like the money is coming in. I don't care. You feel me? But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you're paying for things that you genuinely don't really want to pay for. That's what I'm saying. So
you said this is like when you had said I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Saying you have to do something is, you can either say like I have to do it because I want, like wanting and having to do something is like how I was talking about with the B perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You want it when you want to do something, it fuels you. You get excited. You're happy about doing it. When you have to do something, your perspective of it can be shaky because like I have to do this. Like you're living in a state of I can't think of the word. Mm-hmm. When you say you have to do something, it kind of feels like you don't have a choice.
Right.
So that contradicts my perspective of the free will and freedom of choice that is internal with us always. So as you were saying, like, okay, you can look at this, like you can, all of this stuff that is happening and being real and being logic about it is like living in that lens doesn't help you evolve. Like let me explain it to you like this.
You know how don't focus on it.
You know how we were watching Demon Slayer last night?
Yeah.
And we were watching, basically we were watching this TV show called Demon Slayer. And in this TV show, this boy's whole family was killed by a demon. And he made it in his mind that he was going to defeat this demon. And this demon is the original one. The original spawn. This is the most powerfulest one. But he doesn't know anything about demons. He don't know anything about this world. But throughout his stages and his journey with trying to learn and learn how to defeat that and save his sister, he has always had a positive mindset. He has always looked at the world and that's just his being, how his perspective, how his lens is with looking at the world. And he has jumped through so many hurdles and obstacles that the other people in training who have been training their entire lives to fight demons, he's going beyond them. Because he doesn't have no limitations on his self. He doesn't allow, he's trying to fight the original biggest demon, and his lens is like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna save my sister. That is how he's rewiring himself, while everybody else in training is talking about, I can't do this, this is so hard, I don't want, but saying that, still doing it, but still complaining about doing it.
It's not, but see,
I didn't mean to say complaining. Okay, hold on, let me read.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody said, I can see both sides. It's hard to remove this type of lens because of outside influences. Like not believing in time, but having to clock in to work by 8 a.m. They contradict each other.
Facts.
That makes sense. That has been our conversation lately, and that's why I'm going live about it right now.
Right.
You can be in this world. Princess Makeda said, you can be in this world, but not of it. It's about doing what's needed in the present and understanding that everything happens for a reason. But it's also about you expressing yourself and do what you want. Feel guided to do. There we go. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's how I'm looking at it.
I agree with that.
You agree with it, but you're saying that you're still saying that you're doing something that you don't want to do. But it's necessary right now. Wait.
Let me get this out. I agree with that, okay, for sure. On God, I agree with that. You can you love doing videos, right?
I love doing videos.
I love seeing people happy. I love doing what I like to do too.
Mm-hmm.
You can do what you want to do and do what makes you happy, but you still also it's going to jump back into that timeline where you have to do something you don't want to do as well. That's what I'm saying. Because if you do something that you want to do, yes, you can be happy about it and look at the world as a positive standpoint. But what I'm saying is okay, I love making my videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I still understand that I have to take care of my survival on this third dimensional planet that we're on.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go out there and pay for everything. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't want to pay for no fucking water. I don't want to pay for these fruits.
Okay.
I don't want to pay for these damn. You know what I'm saying? But I still do it, and I'm not looking at it as a negative standpoint. I'm not being negative about it. But I'm like, it's what it is. Okay, cool. But that's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me explain it to you. Just me taking in what you were saying, and how my lens has translated that through my eyes. Okay, so you still saying that we're doing something that we don't want to do.
Jump down
but
do
you okay?
It's gonna boil down to that.
Can I talk?
Yes, you can, Queen.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're still saying that you have to do something that you don't want to do, even though you are you have said that you can make your videos, you can focus on yourself and worry about that, but you also have to take care of your survival on this planet and do something that you don't want to do.
Because the government says everybody stay in the house, and if you go out the house, even though you say I don't want to stay in this house, you're not going to go out the house unless you're going to go to jail or you're going to face the consequences.
So how can you be in two places energetically at one time? Because if your mind is, I'm living my purpose, I'm in alignment with who I am, and where I am is magnificent. It's a beautiful place to be. But then you're also in this state of mind to where I have to do something that I don't want to do. And I'm living in a world that forces me to do what I don't want to do, then that kind of creates a blockage in being a creator and creating through that energy. So, as I was saying, your higher self is always guiding you and trying to teach you and get you to learn more about yourself. That is the journey here, getting in tune with self. Okay. So, you being here and saying that you're doing something that you don't want to do, you're right where you're supposed to be. Like I said, if you weren't supposed to be here, then you wouldn't be in this space. So let me explain it to you like this. I'm going to get personal with it, and I'm going to use my personal experience and where I'm at right now. Okay? Because I had made that video of me saying that I'm still staying in my mom's house. Right? And I'm still in my mom's house. Mm-hmm. I could look at it perspective of me being from society, of me being a failure, me not living up to the expectations of where I'm supposed to be at this age. I could look at it from that lens and just think that my life is not where it's supposed to be. But I feel I am here right now for a reason. I'm still learning myself. 100%. I'm still growing in myself. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be with my mom, spending time with my mom. I'm happy to be in this space. And I know that I'm here for a reason. And I'm still learning. So it's like, but I'm saying, I could look at it as a perspective of me being behind. And most people in society will look at me like I'm behind in life. Because I don't have a college degree. Because I don't work a matrix job. Because I work for myself. But you know the journey because you were with me. You were watching me evolve while being in my mom's house. So it doesn't matter the space that you're in. It matters what you're doing for yourself internally. Because I tried to work. I tried to go get a job. And it wasn't me. And even though I tried to force it, I still got fired. And I looked at that like, dang, like I'm really trying. I'm really trying to find my survival, find my footing in this world. And something just keeps pulling me away from being in the matrix. Something just keeps pulling me away from that. So forget it. I'm finna follow my energy. I'm finna focus on my energy. And even though I don't have a job anymore. My mom is on my back about me not working a job, not getting any money. I'm not going to college. I'm being told all of these different programs left and right from family members and being looked at as a failure because I'm a big sister and I have to set an example for my family. Right. So me working on myself internally through all of that and being upset and asking God, asking the universe, why are you putting me through this? I tried. I'm really trying. And it's not working out. It's the same thing with somebody who is unhappy about the circumstances of their life, but they don't realize that in that darkness is the best way to create. A seed does not grow above ground. It grows in darkness. A baby does not grow in light. It grows in darkness. Being in those spaces where you feel like you are in the dark or you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be, you're there for a reason because you got to go through that in order to get to the next level. So you are where you're supposed to be and you're doing what you want to do. Energetically, I was not aligned with working in that space, in that environment. Working at CVS, being a manager at Chuck E. Cheese. I was not in alignment with that. My soul, my higher self knew that. And even though at that time I was complaining about losing my jobs and not wanting, and because of, that scene, because you know that scene.
Right, that scene.
Mm-hmm. That scene.
Yeah, the scene, yeah. Oh, God.
I was so upset with my life and I'm trying to figure out why is everything going wrong? No, everything is going right. Because now I'm finding myself. I have the space to find myself. And I was pulling quarters together to get me just a cheese quesadilla from Taco Bell. You remember that? You remember I was willing to go that far.
No, facts.
But I was still, even though but people may be in harder situations and circumstances to where they have kids or where they're somewhat older, but you working through that time and in that space and pulling through for yourself, it's going to benefit. So your present moment is the most important thing that you can focus on, because if I wasn't focusing on my present self and I kept running away from who I really am, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I wouldn't have the platform that I have today. I wouldn't be able to take care of myself the way I am today. So presently, with anybody who's going through paying bills or paying for food, paying for water, paying for anything, just paying to exist, or just internal problems. Yeah. Dealing with that right now is the best thing you can do for yourself, because how else are you going to get through it?
And I agree with it. I never said mastering. Don't be sad about it.
I know, but I'm saying
I'm not saying. But yeah, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. You can be happy about it. Nobody said be sad about it. You can look at it as a positive standpoint. I never said walk around be mad because you gotta pay for these things. Like, that's never what I said. I said at the end of the day, you truly don't want to do that though. But
oh my God, why wouldn't you truly don't want? Why wouldn't you truly not want to do that,
babe? Are you talking about me or just as the whole, as the world?
Whatever you're talking about is what I'm talking about.
99.9% of the world don't want to give their 10 hours of their time to another organization every day. 99.9% of people don't want to do that. You do know that, right? Like 99.9% of the world.
But it's necessary.
Don't want to go to Walmart. Don't want to go to Target. Don't want to go be in that hot ass.
They don't want to do it. It's necessary though. If you weren't supposed to do it, then you're not gonna do it. Just like how when you started your YouTube and you met me, and well, you were still on your path, right? Yeah. You changed your content,
right? Because
you didn't want to. It didn't align with you. The same reason why I stopped trying to force myself to be somebody that I'm not.
Right, that's true. But there's also consequences, right? So you can you can do what you want to do, 100%. You can do anything you want to do.
Somebody has said that we all slaves, no percentage about it. We being pimped around the globe. Somebody, do you see that lens? And that's, we are all slaves. How are you supposed to evolve if that is your mind? How are you supposed to change the harmony of this planet?
He's coming from a more logical standpoint. He's saying, at the end of the day, 98% of the world, they're giving their energy away to do something they don't want to do. Babe,
it's necessary. It's necessary. How are you supposed to master this planet if you don't master the programming?
Okay.
You master it. You are a creator. Create.
So, I know we're supposed to be present, right?
That's the present moment is the only place you can be.
I'm gonna jump into the future for a little bit.
You cannot live in the future. Are you in the future right now?
I can have an idea on what it's gonna be like. So if they come out saying there are no more gas cars, if we see you driving a gas car, right, you're going to jail, right? Are you gonna? But you truly want to drive a gas car? Are you gonna drive that gas car?
Say it again.
The world is coming to a place where it's going to be AI technology. A lot of shit's going to go down. So they're trying to make everything electric so they can control everybody. So once they turn every car electric, right? You say, I don't want to get an electric car. I want this gas car. And they say, if you see any gas cars on the road, you're going to jail. Are you still going to drive that gas car? Even if you don't want to get an electric because they can just turn your car off whenever they want to, and you truly don't like electric, but you know you have to drive, right, to get around. Are you going to get that electric car? Or are you going to stay in a gas car and face the consequences?
We're in the future.
Answer the question though.
I'm just trying to.
Yes, we are.
I'm trying to take myself away from the perspective of the present moment.
Okay, well, I'm in the future with it.
Get out the future.
I can't. Well, I can, but I don't want to right now. I want to live right. This is what I want to do. I want to open that door up right now.
You just said. You just said you can't.
That's why I took it back.
Take it back.
I got to think more.
Take it back.
I got to think before I speak more. I'm kind of just flowing right now, so I took it back quickly. But yeah, answer the question.
Somebody said we ain't slaves. Some people are not woke to understand it, and we still kings and queens for this land. Yeah,
see, but I don't know about your like when people say people not woke, I feel like everybody keeps saying that. Like, what do you mean? Like, you say you're not woke. I feel like majority of people is aware of what's going on in this matrix. Like, we know that, minimum wage jobs are not paying enough for people to actually sustain a 4-family household and all these things. College is a scam. We're all aware. I don't think people, so when we say woke, I think majority of people are woke. I think the whole concept of woke is about, when we say spirituality and stuff like that, and when people say woke, I feel like majority of the word is woke. We know what's going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Everybody knows what's going
that's
on.
What I'm saying. So people
and
say woke, like I'm
that's why they're increasing that's why they're increasing the outputs of the program. That is why the doors are closing in on people, and people are starting to freak out and think that it's the end of the world, and they feel more pressured by society, and they feel this weight of the world on their shoulders because they know that we're really activating in consciousness, in our vessels, in our souls, and we're going beyond this program. And I'm not staying in this program. I'm not. I gotta be somewhere else, and I'm supposed to be somewhere else, and I'm here where I'm here in that else place.
Okay, but now it's all about you, right? But
it's always been about you.
I'm talking about collective as a whole. I'm saying the 98% of the world, when these inflation go up,
that don't matter. That don't matter.
It does.
It don't matter. It don't matter. You matter. Your life
raise,
matters. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter.
98% of the world don't want to do the things they want to do. They don't want to go to work all day because you don't have time for yourself, really. So 98% of the world don't want to do these things.
Why are you? What is the world? Can you be in everybody's life in the world? Can you experience everybody? You can choose to do that, because I've done it before. When I woke up, apparently, when I came into myself and I started to look at this world, and I could see, because I'm an empath, and I am.
Yeah.
So when I'm around people, I literally feel and experience everything that they experience. So me seeing, when I go on Instagram and I see all of the stress and strain people are feeling, crying, talking about how this world is terrible, we are on a prison planet. Do you know how much that hurt me internally? Mm-hmm. Do you know how much I took that on and just felt the weight of the world on my shoulders?
What they have to do.
And I needed to save the world.
I agree that.
I can't live in that. I have to save myself, and that is how I save the world. Because I am a part of the collective consciousness. I am the world. This is my universe. This is your universe. You're in your own head. I'm in my own head. Everybody else is in their own heads. And as a collective on this planet, being in our own heads, we make an impact through our light. So if you diminish your light because of...
Do you know how much people is on this planet?
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. You matter. Your journey matters. The present moment matters. How you're gonna eat today matters. How you're gonna drink today matters. Yeah. How you are going to heal today matters. The world, inflation, the election, all of that stuff don't matter.
How if you're in it? How it don't matter if we're all in it? It don't matter. But
there we go.
It don't matter. It don't. But the but.
No buts. No more buts. No more 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Get yourself fully in now. The only thing that matters and is existing right now is me and you sitting in this room talking.
I don't like
outside of this house, we don't know what's going on.
I don't like
it could be a zombie apocalypse happening right now.
But I don't like being in denial though.
It's not in denial.
I can't stand that. I can't stand it.
You have to. Okay.
I don't want to be in denial about what the hell going on with the Matrix. Like, I just don't want to be in denial and saying like, damn, I can just go out here and walk. I just don't like being in denial. That's all I'm saying. I just can't be. I don't like being in denial. I don't like being in denial and shit like that. So, what I'm saying is this. So, to wrap up my standpoint, yes, you can do what you want to do. There's always going to be consequences, right? You can do what you want to do. There's consequences. You can do what you want to do, of course, and you can be happy with it. But just know and understand that doing what you want to do is going to require things like paying and doing things that you don't want to do as well. That's all I'm saying. But I'm going to be happy doing it, though. But,
how are you happy when you said you're doing something that you don't want to do?
I mean, because I came to understand that that's just the way this matrix runs. Like you said, you have to know how the matrix works. Don't mean you just got to smile about it. Like, damn, this shit crazy. Like, I'm over here really about to pay for this motherfucking this damn what? I'm really about to pay for this damn gas. I'm really about to pay for a box to live. Like, it's funny. So just not being in and out about it though. But yeah, you can be happy, you keep going, but just understanding that, you know, you gotta have to pay for things in this matrix that requires your money. You're gonna have to pay. And sometimes
you're trying to jump over this planet. That's what you're doing. You're trying to jump over this planet. You know what planet we live on, and you know what is the matrix. You know all of that, right? You are here to master creating in this environment. That's what you've been doing. That's what my mom is doing right now. She's mastering creating in this environment. She created this house and this experience, and her being able to take care of herself. She created all of this. Even though all of this world, all of these problems, all of the things that told her what she couldn't do and what's expected of her, she still created an environment and a space for herself that keeps her safe and where she can work on herself.
Of course. But
right.
You don't own,
so she mastered that.
Nobody owns anything.
It doesn't matter.
You don't own it.
It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. People don't own none of these houses. People don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. So yes, you can master that space, and that's beautiful. But like I said, don't be in and out. People don't own shit.
Why do you have to
own it yourself?
Nobody owns anything.
Exactly. Thank you. But you can be happy about it. You can create your own space and be happy about it and move forward. That's correct.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, but not seriously though. You can be happy about it and move forward for sure. You can create your own space so you can have your abundance come to you with ease. Yes, you can. 98% of the world.
You still talk about the world.
Because I'm for the world. I'm not just for self, really.
You are the world. You are an example of Earth. You are an example of Earth.
I personally don't think, and people may sound like I sound crazy, but I don't think taking care of myself is going to save the billions of people on this planet. I said it might sound crazy, but I don't think just saving myself is going to save billions of people on this planet. I just don't.
You know that you came here before the world was still working and doing. It's a lot of stuff that's been going on down here for a long time before you even came in this incarnation, right? So all of this exists, and the world has been taking care of itself before you even came into this vessel that you're in right now. So why do you feel a responsibility to save it when you are still working through yourself? And as you're working through yourself, your light is getting brighter. Your ability to hold more things in creating physical manifestations is getting stronger. And if you continue to create that reality, other people who are seeing that light are naturally just gravitating to it. And you are making more light in this planet. That's what happens when you work on yourself. When you are inside of yourself. The more you work on yourself, because you are the world. Right. You are the example of this earth. So if you are the example of this earth, your responsibility to yourself is important.
I agree with that.
Because if you can't master self, you cannot master this world. You cannot master saving the world, master helping everybody.
Everybody's not ready to
It's a journey.
I'm not going to be able to save everybody.
You trying to save people. People got to save themselves. People have to save themselves.
I don't want to save nobody. I don't want to save people. I want to bring awareness, and you can do what the hell you want to do with that. You know what I'm saying? It's not my God to save you. Like, I'm not going to save.
You just said you want to save the world.
I take it back. I want to bring awareness, and if you can use the information on what I'm saying, you can choose to do something about it, or I don't know.
Don't be smiling at me like that.
But no, seriously, like, this life is crazy. Like,
it's not. It's a journey.
It's crazy. But it's a journey too.
Okay. Well, wrapping up this conversation. Why Michael Jackson pop up? We are the world. We are the world. Because that's real. You are the world. Men are very reality based, not much spiritually based. That's what I'm dealing. That's what's like. No disrespect to him, no disrespect to the masculine energy, but balancing that feminine energy inside of you is really important as you maneuver through your journey. Because if you're not tapped into your feminine energy and tapped into possibility, you're always thinking logically and trying to figure things out through the physical realm. How far you get with that is your own journey. Let me read it. Let me read some more because you said what you want to see what they said. Yeah. He has to understand that we are in a parallel universe where everything starts with your mind. If you see life to be beautiful and for people to be saved, it is so. You have to see it. You are the creator. Ownership isn't necessarily the end all be all. It's not even important to a lot of people. Ownership is usually important if we want stability, but you can be stable without owning land. You are a creator of your world. You see what you believe. So the things that we listen, this is what I'm saying, and I want to say, okay, hold on. Came alive right now at your saying you can't save everybody. That they have to save themselves. Are you trying to save him and understanding that message? I am talking to his. I'm trying to talk to his feminine energy right now.
Well, see,
that's where we are, and he's trying to talk to my masculine energy.
Somebody said I need to be saved or something.
No. They saying that I'm trying to save you in the understanding, like because we're talking.
Don't understand it. It's just that, well, everybody got different standpoints for it, but no, anyway, I don't need it necessarily to be saved.
Somebody said, I respect that, sis. I'm learning to be tapped in more to my feminine energy as well. I am single to this day because there's too many differences, not enough balances. Feminine energy powerful and it's important for us men to utilize our feminine energy as well. That's what I'm saying. It's been out of balance for so long. And that's the problem. Like, even when I was just talking to him about it, like I was talking to him about society and how it looks at men and how they have to have the weight of the world on their shoulders. Like, they have to be able to take care of the family, and a woman's role in society is to take care of the home and take care of the children. The men are supposed to provide the physical means, and that's what it's supposed to be doing. But it's not. I don't feel that a woman is supposed to just stay home and just take care of the household. Because everybody comes down here with their own purpose, with their own journey, with their own healing that they working through. And if they're not stimulating that healing because they are not in a state of, I am responsible for myself, the only thing the man is responsible for me, that takes away your character development in growing internally because you're dependent on somebody else your entire life. So how are you supposed to learn and grow and just express yourself to the fullest extent? No disrespect to the women who are being taken care of by men, but I want to make sure that you're also stimulating your soul's growth, your purpose here, your interests, your passions, the things that you want to do. And the same thing with men, because they have that weight of the world on their shoulders. Some of them feel conflicted to do things that they don't necessarily want to do because of society's pressures. A man I feel like it's supposed to be a unionship. Not a man is carrying everything, the whole entire family, and the woman is just taking care of the kids. No, this is a balance. It's the yin and the yang. It's the energy coming together. So the men, how all of these, no, because I be looking at, even when my friend had told me about, it's like somebody's, it's like, I'm trying to be speaking code and also not give too much of other people's personal lives.
Yeah, it's all right.
But that's what we're talking about. But anyways, in closing to my perspective, in closing to my lens.
And I'm gonna give mine closing after you.
Okay, you're going to give your closing.
Yeah.
Okay, so masculine energy is to take action and to affirm. You also have feminine energy too. you are masculine, but you're also you have a purpose, you have a path, you have a passion, you have things that you are working through that you come down here to expand and learn in. That don't just go away because you come to this earth and you have to take care of the physical. You matter. Your emotions matter. Your internal feelings matter. How you're told not to cry, how you're told not to feel, and that's weak. You don't even feel safe to do it with your goddess. Like, that's showing your emotions.
A lot of women look at men as weak if they do cry.
Because they're imbalanced with their masculine energy.
Because
it's all the imbalance. That's the program. That is the program.
But I'm just saying, like, percentage-wise, majority of women do look at men like that. Though.
Well, then you don't need to be around that women. It don't matter. Yeah. You're gonna attract the person that you're gonna attract the right person. If you are 100% true to yourself, and you come across somebody who has a different perspective, that's their perspective.
No, I'm just saying though, like that just you're right though, but the majority of women do think that way. Like,
it don't matter.
I'm just saying.
Get out of that. Get out of that.
I'm not.
You said you still speaking about the world. Majority. The world. Like, let's be in ourselves.
I'm just speaking on it. I ain't tripping.
Okay.
I got
if I'm coming. You do.
Yeah,
Goddess queen.
You know
like,
yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I'm not tripping. I'm just saying.
So, somebody has said these women. Those women are not tapped in. They're not. And you don't have to deal with that. We have to get to a space to where we are so strongly within our healing and in ourselves that whoever comes along with their imbalances, it doesn't affect us. And we don't feel the need to change ourselves to be accepted by this so-called woman that you desire. What you desire is love. Everybody, that's the main thing that is important internally is love. Right. So, closing my perspective, my lens, what I'm saying is that your higher self is always guiding you. And this is my message to everybody. This is my message to everybody who's listening right now. And this is my message to the feminine energy that resides in you. Hello.
Barely any.
Barely any?
I'm definitely, I need to work more on that, but.
You can get feminine energy from nature.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, my message is your higher self is always guiding you. You are right where you're supposed to be, and trusting in that is a beautiful thing because you cannot go over things or around it. You have to go through it. And that is what we're all doing. We are all going through it. And as we're going through it, you don't know how many lives you're changing or how many people you're connected to just on a spiritual level and how you affect the world because you are the world. So as you're going through things and mastering these stages and experiences, whether it be mastering organization with your bills, whether it to be mastering being able to pay your bills, whether it be mastering your purpose and integrating that into your life as you're changing and shifting it. You are right where you're supposed to be, and trusting that process, trusting that everything that you're going through right now is necessary is a beautiful lens to look through, because you will you will be in a state of gratitude and growth for your energetic internal self. And as you energetically and internally start to blossom more, like I said, your outer life is the direct response to your inner life. Everything else will start to shift around you because you are in a state of bliss, in a state of happiness, in a state of I am where I'm supposed to be, and I trust my higher self to whatever comes to me, whether it be through money problems, whether it be through a flat tire or anything that pops up. It is always teaching me.
It is.
Thank you, higher self, for guiding me and putting me in these situations to where I can learn and advance through this energy, because I know that it is necessary. And I know that there are realities and futures that I can't even think of or fathom that are being made for me right now. I give you full control to self to express itself fully and work through the healing that is needed right now. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. That's my end all perspective all. Your turn.
I'm gonna end it off on this note. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Everybody, really just take care of yourself for real. Don't, find a way to maneuver through the matrix and shit like that. There's gonna be matrix attacks. Unfortunately, you're still gonna have to do things you don't want to do, but you also do things that you do want to do, and just be ready for the things the matrix throws at you, and find a way to maneuver through it. Just take care of yourself, and just find that battle within yourself for real. I mean, at the end of the day, next time you do something, ask yourself, do you really want to do this? Like, if people on here working a job or something like that, if you're working, if you're balancing out your survival, understanding that, knowing that the building is $1 billion organization and they're paying people crumbs. If you understand that, you got to ask yourself, do you really feel like going to work, or do you want to do that? Because if the company is $1 billion organization, but they're paying you about $1,000, you're getting a half a cup of water. So anybody working, if you don't want to do that, then quit, and let's just see what the consequences is. But if you don't want to, be homeless and stuff like that, if you still want to survive on this world, because you have to, then keep the job and stuff like that. But ask yourself, do you truly want to do that? And if you don't want to, then don't do it. But also, just know it's always going to be consequences to everything. You can do anything you want to do, but just know there's consequences. So I'm gonna leave off on, you got this. Take care of yourself and shit like that, And we're gonna see how it all plays out. AI coming. It's gonna be a lot of shit that's gonna take place. You feel what I'm saying? Just prepare yourself, spiritually, mentally, and physically, and enjoy the ride. I'm rooting for everybody. I leave as I come. I am that I am. I share that.
You're not gonna speak over. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all heard what I had said. And y'all heard what he had said.
Not but seriously though.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I love y'all. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and looking through my lens. And thank you so much for joining this live. I hope that I have shedded some light and inspired some of y'all to just wipe off the lens that you have in how you're looking at the world. I really appreciate everybody who is working through themselves, healing and growing and learning more, trying to just get in a space of self, mastering self. And your world is going to be what you make it. And how you look at the world is how your internal world is. So I'm very proud of y'all. Thank you so much for joining this live. And I hope to see y'all again. And, just have an amazing day. Okay?
Have a great day.
All right.